Hello everyone, Touhoua. Welcome back to another video of Pokemon TCG Pockets. And as you can see in the title, I'm going to try to answer how many rounds there are in this game and what happens and who wins if there is a limit. Before that, let me get into the multiple ways you can win in Pokemon TCG Pocket. And obviously the first way is to obtain 3 points before your opponent does. The way I like to think about the point system is I don't even look at the Pokemon as like a Pokemon card. I look at them as point cards. So for example, there's a basic Pokemon, like a normal Pokemon, and then there's EXs. The way I look at them is the EXs are 2 points obviously, and then the normal is 1 point. If you have a deck full of no EXs, your opponent's going to have a harder time to get the 3 points because they have to kill 3 Pokemon, versus where if your opponent has EX monsters, you only have to kill 2 Pokemon, 1 EX or 1 normal Pokemon, or 2 EXs. And the main point of this game is to get the points before your opponent does. So if you're going up against an EX deck, then be happy that you don't have to kill 2 Pokemon. And the next way is your opponent concedes. So let me just connect it with the third way of winning, is if your opponent is AFK for too long. So what happens when your opponent goes AFK from their phone? For example, your opponent plays on their phone and they push the home button. There will be a timer, like a counter on the right hand side of the screen telling you that your opponent is away, and they give your opponent like a certain time limit, like maybe 2 minutes. And if they don't return around that time, then it skips their phase. And if they don't come back on their next turn, then they just get kicked. Also, you do have 19 minutes to play. So if their 19 minutes are out, then obviously they automatically concede. And if your opponent is losing by a huge margin, normally your opponent or you should just concede to save time. But yeah, those are ways that you can win in the game. The question is, according to the title of this video, is there a round limit and what happens and who wins? So say that there's like maybe a round limit of 50 and you have a point. Do you win after the round ends? Well, let's take a look at the video. I have a video here with me and my buddy. We're testing it out. So let me pull it up. So I will just be skipping through some of this. As you can see, I put the passwords round limit. So I'm using a Beedrill and a Butterfree deck, which I call a freebie. It's 2 Beedrills, 2 Butterfrees, and it's pretty good. So here it is. I'm going second. And let's just skip. My buddy was playing a sleep deck. It's pretty good. It's pretty strong. It just puts all of your Pokemon to sleep. But I do get pretty lucky here because I kept flipping heads when I was put to sleep. But then I did eventually just ask my buddy to kill one of my Pokemon to test out the point system. So he has a point now. And then how about we just skip forward? And then, oh, that's another thing that I wanted to talk about was the card limits. So you only get 20 cards per deck, and if you run out, then nothing happens. It's not like Yu-Gi-Oh, where if you draw your last card, you lose. But in this game, you continue. And there you go, guys. So we reached round 30. And even when my buddy had... Oh, So my buddy had a point. And then the round ends at 30. No one wins. You end up in a tie. Interesting. So... yeah, that's what happens. The answer is question. The question is answered. that's, that's what I meant to say. All right. So the question is answered. What happens? And is there a round limit? And who wins? As you can clearly see here, my buddy had 1 point. We reach round 30 and it ends in a tie no matter what happens in the match. So, all right, guys. That was pretty interesting. It was pretty fun too. All right, before I let you guys go, don't forget to check out my buddy's channel. He does a lot of Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh pack openings. So if you like that kind of content, make sure you go to his channel. It'll be in the description below. And with that being said, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. And if you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content like this. And also, the new pack is coming out on Monday, December 16th. So if you want to watch pack openings on this game, make sure to, follow, and I'll have that kind of content for you. All right, with that being said, bye everyone.